Welcome back, folks. Another voice of Onewheel on a Tuesday afternoon. Looking at a little snow on the East Coast, and that is fine by us because we've been riding 80 miles already today. Nope, that's not me. It's the guy to our right. Javier Starks, welcome to the show, sir. How we doing?
What's up? I'm doing good. How y'all?
Belly, we got him
In studio. This is awesome.
Yeah.
This is the first guest in the new studio, eh? It's the first live guest.
You've been working hard behind the
studio,
scenes. Belly's got a lot for us today. Clyde even did a little bit of show prep. So we're excited for that. Everybody, thank you for being here in the social media lounge today. Javier, what are we serving?
Nothing but good vibes. Lots of stoke, fam. no, but
Okay,
good vibes, y'all.
Good vibes and stoke. In fact, truth of the matter is, when I went to get him at the lobby, I went down to go get him, and the Uber driver is interviewing him as he's dropping him off. What the hell was going on down there?
Yo, it's like, I don't know. It's something I can't control, man. People are like, yo, what are you doing? What are you into? I'm like, just riding this electronic device hundreds of miles a week, and people are like, oh,
A week.
okay.
Let's be real. You know it's a day.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it is a day. Yeah, man. So he was just interested in what I was doing and just gave him the rundown of what I'm into, what I stand for. And he's like, dude, like, write down your information. I want to follow you. And this is like some 60, 70-year-old white guy. So it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
It was really funny.
It's across the board. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Well, I recently had my first person sees me and drops their jaw and goes, "What is that?"
Well, who was it? What kind of a person was
So
that?
it was
that
it was someone I work with at the bar I work with in Nashburn, and literally I had to ride to work because I left my car over there the night before, so I just jumped on my board to get to work. I jumped on my board to get to work, and I'm super excited to do that all summer long, by the way.
Exactly.
So when that happened, I'm riding by, and he's sitting in his car. He just rolls down his window, and just his jaw is on the floor, and he's just like, "What is that? Tell me more about it." I'm hoping he's listening right now because he's following the post.
He should be.
He's been listening to the podcast.
Good.
So.
Good. What else are you doing? I mean, let's go, folks. It's the voice of Onewheel. It's every Tuesday at noon Eastern. We have Javier Starks right here with us. He's Onewheelwing. He's the number 4 on the mileage leaderboard. If you're on the app,
7 months.
In 7 months.
Yeah.
How many miles?
9,200. Yeah, 9,244.
How many have you ridden today?
I'm almost at 30 for the day, and that's like a easy day.
Because he walked in and he was like, "Yeah, I've been taking it easy." So,
no,
not even today. Like the reason that you don't think you're higher on the leaderboards is because you've been taking it easy.
I haven't. There've been days where it's like 20 or less, like for the whole day. The other day was like 11, and the other day it was like 2 or 3. I was like, "Ooh, that's like really bad," And I know it's normal for a lot of people to get 3 to 5 miles a day. That's a great ride. Like, I don't want people to ever think that I see 2 or 3 miles is like nothing. That's still like golden to me. But I want to ride more.
Yes.
Well, tell us, because we're going to get into, just so you guys know what we're getting into today, foot fatigue and marathon riding. Okay. I feel like I've solved foot fatigue, and I want to just throw that out there because I'm about to put a video out. Okay. I'm going to tell you what it is right now. I want to get your input, and then we'll see what you think.
Okay.
Because if anybody would know, it's you.
I ride hours.
Right. So, Belly, you're on the other end of the spectrum, not to call you out, but you do not ride that. I'm not calling you out. No.
Let me tell you, I am nowhere close on the leaderboards.
I'm just saying, as far as foot fatigue goes, I think we've got the two ends of the spectrum right here. Okay, right? You probably, after 2 miles, 3 miles, start feeling it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I still feel it after. But then you just power through. When you get to that like 4th, 5th mile, the numbness goes away and you're back into it.
Okay, so I think I have a little something I want to throw to you guys there. Okay. We'll get to your inspiration, some of your sponsors, and why you do this, and maybe some other things that you have in your mind. Okay. Because I know like a Onewheel was like a gateway drug for me. Now I have an electric unicycle. I have a rad mini. Excuse me. What was I looking at? Segway's got a thing you sit in like a chariot now.
No.
Did you see that?
2 wheels in the front.
It's in the middle. You sit like a chariot.
Okay.
You just sit in a chair and then you just lean and go.
Like a powered electric wheelchair.
It's like your Professor X from
yeah.
From X-Men.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
$1 million. Segway.
Look at you switching the
I'm
scenes.
sorry. You know what? They're just going to deal with it for a second. Chair. Here you go, folks.
Wow.
Look at this thing.
What's the top speed on that?
I do not know.
A nosedive on that.
Jesus Christ.
Literal nosedive, because if you're going forward, you're hitting your nose first.
There you go. No, but look, it's got a little wheel here underneath the front so that you
That
can't
wheel is so
nosedive.
small, man.
You'll just launch and propel yourself forward. I don't know. What do you
it comes
think?
with like a seatbelt.
That's unbelievable. So this is a show about one wheel. So let's get this out of here. But as you can
That's
tell,
too many wheels.
I just nerd out over this stuff. This is Javier's Instagram in case anybody wants to grab that real quick.
Follow me to be a part of the giveaways more than anything else. You know, I'm not big on numbers for the sake of numbers, but I want to make sure that you guys can all be a part of these giveaways that I'm doing. I'm partnering with different people, different companies, giving away cool stuff. Hopefully, eventually we'll work our way up to pints and XRs and whatever else Future Motion comes out with. But for now, just follow to figure it out, man. This week, our sponsor is Keel Guards. Keel Guards, they're so fresh if you like them. So we'll be giving away a set of those. Actually, I'm going to pick the winner today.
Boom. It's that easy. Okay, so what I wanted to kind of get into a little bit is cheating, if I can.
Okay.
I want to start there. Oh, man. So what happened was I saw this article, and this was in one of the Rad Bike groups, but it really got me thinking because I feel like I get this a lot on a one wheel.
Okay.
Where it's like you're riding and you're chilling, you're having fun, and then a biker passes you, and it's cheater.
Huh.
Have you ever gotten that?
I have not gotten that, but they are very competitive on the bike paths.
And the reason I'm glad you brought that up, thank you, Belly, for really rocking behind the scenes right now, is because I feel, and this person wrote in the bike group, that it's very odd, like the tribe mentality of I ride a bicycle. And if you ride anything other than a bicycle, even if you ride a modded bicycle that helps you ride easier and you don't have to put in the work that I do, then fuck you. Sorry, Haley. Sorry, Dakota. And I don't know how I feel about that because I got that definitely down on the WO&D trail, Belly.
Cheating.
I went down to the WO&D trail and this beautiful blonde woman riding her bike.
She was flirting.
I like where your head is at, sir.
Yeah.
But no, the first thing she said, she was like, oh, that's cheating.
Okay.
And there were two different back-to-back posts in this bike group that I saw this morning.
Oh, yeah.
They were saying, why do I get people saying that I'm cheating? It's always bikers. And so I wanted to kind of bring up the mentality of like, why can't one-wheelers like other things? Why can't bikers like one-wheelers? Why do we all have to only like one thing?
Yeah.
Do you ever get like bicycle, like do you ever...
I mean, I ride with everyone. I've had really great experiences riding with the DCE skate group, so the electric unicyclists. For a while, I was riding with them more than I was riding with one-wheelers, and they were like, "Oh, you cruise at like 20-something. We can keep that. You cool." There was no beef there, but yeah. I mean, even one time when I remember I nosedived going like 25, and a biker who I passed in the process, just passing by, didn't stop to say like, "Are you okay?"
I'm sure he loved it.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure he loved it.
Just
Secretly
kept
loved
biking. Yeah, and it you really do get those vibes. It's like, why? You know, some people laugh when they see the helmet. You know, people just pointing. It's just it can be a bit much and quite intimidating because it doesn't feel like a warm space to be in when there are other bikers. But I feel like they're that way with each other too. They're like, "Yo, get out the way."
Well, I'm so glad you said that. So this is a segment, Belly, that I like to call reading.
Reading.
If I can, we'll just do that. Let's do a little bit of fun
Stories
stuff.
by Luch.
Okay.
Cheater. This man writes.
It's under music.
Last weekend, I was enjoying a completely awesome ride on my Rad City commuter around my neighborhood. It was a Sunday morning. There was a little traffic on the road, and I was really enjoying my ride. I passed a middle-aged couple unloading groceries from their car parked on the side of the road, and as I passed by, the man stopped what he was doing, turned around, and yelled, "Cheater!" I ignored him, smiled, and kept riding, and I want to add that, you know, since riding my Rad City, I've lost 18 pounds and I'm now in excellent physical shape. I enjoy riding my bike more than any other form of exercising, and I really only use the motor to get up the steepest of hills. And so he goes into this, and he was actually saying how it's funny that when he's on trails, because trails are all no motorized bikes, no motorized anything, he keeps it under 15. Some of the trails say that you have to keep it under 15 on a motor, and it's always the regular bicyclists that are mowing past
30
him.
miles an hour.
Shoom, and they just have no regard. So what is that, bicyclists? And I just wanted to point out, one-wheelers, keep doing it right, because I feel like our community is the one that's like, just ride. As long as you're on the group ride with us, that's good, man. Let's just join us.
Go at your own pace for sure. That's definitely advice for every new rider who's joining group rides. Don't be the person who expects everyone to ride slow, but do expect them to wait up for you, you know? But always go at your own pace. The quickest way to get hurt is to try to step outside of your realm. And when you're hurt, you can't ride. So it's counterproductive. Really like a great day of riding is one where I don't get injured.
I like
if
that.
If I don't crash, it's a beautiful day. It doesn't matter how many miles I ride, because when you're hurt, it's like, oh, you can't ride, you know, or riding is painful.
I had a run out the other day where I stretched the hammy pretty good, so I know that, like, but we've
Take me through it. You ran it out? What happened?
I had to cut across, like, there was literally a route like up above, and I'm still not comfortable like bumping over them yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So like I rode around and hit the grass, and then transitioning back from grass to concrete, it was wet. It was wet, and literally you just slid out. So like it nosedived out, and I just ran it out because I was going at a fair speed. But the last stretch of it was just that, felt that little twinge in the hammy. But honestly, it's better. It's much better than some riders. Like Amanda Thompson can't ride right now, one of our favorite riders. So, you know,
What happened?
she had a little incident with the car.
Hit her. Yeah,
The car
she's
knocked her off her
aggressive.
board, and
Yeah.
then ran her over. So
Can we give her a little bit of love in the social media lounge? Can you
she's
please
getting
pipe
it.
that into
She's
her?
getting
I
it.
please do. Okay, that's
Always
very good.
does.
In fact, if you have any questions you'd like to ask Javier anytime throughout the show, feel free to infiltrate 571-354-7338. The phone lines are working. We figured out how to answer without
As long as we
hanging
charge
up
the
with you.
phone,
I have
right?
been charging it. We were all over it. Belly is ready for your calls. 571-354-7338. If you want to join in the conversation that we're about to have, which is foot fatigue. I submit that it is all about, well, why does it happen? Let's just go there. What's happening? When do you get foot fatigue? Folks, social media lounge, do you have any input? When do you feel it set in? Is it distance? Because for me, that's not what it is. I'm trying to like feed you to the water. It's not distance.
I notice foot fatigue starts to really creep up when I've been accelerating for an exceedingly long amount of time. So like, and I try not to do that anymore because I realize it's like, yo, the one wheel is not a motorcycle.
Right.
It's not meant to be pushed to the extreme for an extended amount of time. So like if I'm going 17, 18 miles an hour for 2-3 minutes straight, you know, like then I feel it because my front foot starts to really tense up to try to control how I'm angling things. So I have to consciously be like, relax your front foot. Just relax it. You know, I got some stretches that I do while riding.
Get out of
When it gets
here.
bad. Yeah,
That's the video I'm about to put out because
Okay.
I figured out a little game that I play with myself. Because what I've really, I believe this to my core. Guys, you know I love riding in the grass, okay? So whenever I'm riding in the grass, I never feel it. I never get foot fatigue because you have to be super floaty. You can't be just like you're saying, mowing on the gas, because if you hit any kind of a bump, you're gone.
Yeah.
So on the grass, you really have to keep it floaty, and the weight distribution on your feet is always changing, constantly changing. When I am on the WOND trail, Belly, I swear to God, within 2.5 miles, I'm down. I'm like, holy shit, this is terrible. What's happening? I ride every day on grass. But when I am in one constant position, even if I'm really carving, if I'm just kind of like he said, like Javier said, accelerating at a constant rate, just sort of keeping it at a constant pace, and then just kind of cruising for more than 2.5 miles, I'm really going to start feeling foot fatigue. So stay tuned. I've got a video coming out that I'm excited to do. I got a couple exercises. Do you want to maybe drop an exercise for the people that maybe you do? What do you do while you're riding?
One of my favorite stretches is, I guess I would call it like a V stretch. So I have the One Tail Plus Crafting Ride, much love, which gives me a wider stance and allows me to tilt my feet on to the inside. So I force my feet inward. So if this is you on the board, I twist them inward. Kind of like when you see that person riding in the ad with knock-kneed. I was actually just doing that. but that is like I feel like that's very sketchy. But no disrespect to whoever was doing that. Everyone has their own style. But the wider you can get, and then you twist them inward just to take the weight off and force them on the inside, it helps so much. And then just tiptoeing, raising your foot either on the tail or the nose, going at speed, obviously going very slow will disengage the board. But it makes a big difference. And just shifting your feet, and what I call scathing, just gently shifting, moving your feet around, really helps a lot. Moving on the board. Now, I know that's not something that maybe...
It is really, it makes sense. If you think about it, you need to change the weight distribution. If it's constant, then that's when your foot fatigue is going to set in. Because Belly, I know,
well,
like if you're right...
That's what the social media lunch is saying. They're saying carving, like concave, things like that, and those stretches are what really can push you past and get you through the... transitions really well.
I love it. So these are all little things that will allow you to get rid of the foot fatigue so that you can continue to ride with the group. That's where I'm really thinking this will help.
And also riding more often. Because at the end of the day, it just boils down to you getting accustomed to being not just on your feet, but putting pressure on your feet in various ways.
Yeah,
most people don't work jobs where you're standing all day long and leaning or tilting your foot in a specific direction. So the more you ride, the less you'll feel foot fatigue. I remember in the beginning, on my ride to work, I teach, and on my way to the school, I would get foot fatigue like 5 or 6 miles in. And now, I can ride all day long, and it's not a thing really. More than anything, I start feeling my shoulder blades from just being up and about. But like my feet, like I ride day after day after day, and feet are never a problem.
So go ahead and talk about what you do outside of Onewheeling right now, because a lot of the questions are like, you ride, they know you're riding like all the time, every day. So go ahead and talk about some of the stuff you do outside of Onewheeling.
First and foremost, I'm a hip hop artist, so I make all curse-free, positive hip hop. The goal is to create something that will inspire the youth primarily, but just the world, to remind them that you can do what you love. You can make music about whatever you believe and still be successful, contrary to what the industry is showing us. You don't have to make music about various things to be successful. You can rap about Onewheeling. I'm actually rapping about Onewheeling right now, working on the song.
I want to produce that.
We're going to do the remix. But yeah, man, you can make music about whatever you love. Actually, a feature, which is me rapping on someone else's song for 50 seconds, paid for my XR and all my accessories in the beginning, just one song. So that's pretty good for me right now.
People want to hear it right now. Is there any way, how can I get to it?
You can look me up online, Javier Starks, Javier, last name Starks. You can find me. I don't have a whole bunch of stuff.
Where can I pull that music up?
I don't know. I have a whole bunch of stuff on Spotify, a few songs on Spotify, but on Bandcamp, I don't have a lot of stuff on Spotify, actually, because the music business is shady. The studio I was working with was uploading the songs in their name, keeping the royalties, keeping the iTunes, so I wasn't seeing any money for the album I put out. Woo! It's a track I did with K Tronada and Robert Glasper. I don't know if you're familiar, but these guys, K Tronada is like one of these guys are incredibly successful, Grammy Award winning, Emmy Award winning, etc. But yeah, man, this is a little vibe I did with them. I eventually got replaced by Talib Kweli. It's like you get cut by Talib Kweli.
Who?
It's not a bad thing when you get replaced by a legend, but yeah. But fast forward to like 2 minutes and like 30 seconds, if you can.
This is you. Hell yeah.
I got family plans for you like T-Mobile. You get unlimited minutes and free roaming. Cancel your phone, leave it at home. You won't need it. Where we going, girl? I'll be your provider. Sade, smooth operators, what you had before. Had you dodge a heartbreaking rule like a matador. They hating on me, I ain't mad at all. You can have it all.
I like this.
Quality or quantity, what matter more? They say the grass is always greener on the other side.
I work with a bunch of different artists. A lot of people find me through a song I did with Logic. I've just been staying busy, man. I've been doing music for a long time, and the whole entire time it's just about creating an alternative, a positive alternative for people who are out there not so into something like the Lil Waynes or the Babies, but not trying to listen to a Lecrae,
Well, so how does the one wheel help you? I mean, it must be something you obviously love it. Like more than anybody I know to ride as much as you ride. So how does it help you?
Well, when I first shout out to my brother Federico Garay, he introduced me to the one wheel, and I mean the first day I tried the one wheel, I was going 21 miles an hour on this one wheel. That was, I mean, in hindsight, that was very dangerous. You know, I didn't know anything about the board. He walked me through it, but it's like you shouldn't go 21 your first day. But I didn't crash. So anyway, but he showed it to me, and I was like, dude, like there's nothing like one wheel. I've been skateboarding for 10 plus years, and like, yo, nothing comes close to one wheel. I can ride an electric unicycle now. I've tried it. Like, nope, still doesn't come close. First of all, it doesn't look as cool.
It's so lame. I mean, it is. I ride one.
Cool.
It's so lame.
It doesn't look cool.
I feel so lame.
But you rip on it. I mean, I've seen you
I
rip
do.
on the thing.
They're amazing. They're amazing.
They're a lot of fun, man. But they're it's the skiing version of a one wheel being a snowboard version.
Right.
It's literally the same thing as now you're forward. But can we take it here for a minute?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Take it somewhere.
I don't need this anymore. Clyde, God.
Throw the schedule, plan stuff out the window. Go with your heart.
Do.
I don't know why. These are the situations where I really do wish that this show would get more attention, where this would get picked up by not even this show, where electric skateboards and stuff would get a little bit more attention. I can't wait till 2 years from now when this is in the public mainstream, because I know it's close. But guys, I want to say this, and I want to get it picked up to go to boosted boards. I want it to go to Leaf Tech boards. I want it to go to any other board that rides. Why are you riding anything other than a one wheel? What are you doing? I'm out here on this trail the other day, shredding rocks and roots, 4-inch roots, and I'm looking for gaps that are literally only the size of my one wheel to get through, and maybe they're not there. I just go over them. Fuck it. No other board is doing that. And I'm thinking to myself, why would you ever ride another board? I can do what boosted boards can do, just a little bit slower, and I can do 99% more of the world. Why would you choose any other board?
So I think Javier can attest to this too, because he was there to witness it. At Float Life Fest this year, the dual slalom was something that I think was super competitive, super entertainment. Like one of those things that you could put on any channel, anytime. People would sit down and watch it because the crowds were huge watching that event. And it was so much fun to just witness.
Didn't that get a little bit muddy too?
It did, actually.
Oh, yeah. There was a mid-rain delay. And
they finished racing in this super wet course, man. I watched a bunch of the races, actually. I mean, because at Float Life Fest, that was, 4 months into me riding. Yeah. I had only rode on, maybe a very small pump track.
You rode Fairfax. Down with Daniel and them, right? Yep,
Dan Bernier, a.k.a. DC Snow Patrol on Instagram. He and I carpooled together all the way down. And, that was really my first real experience riding anything of that caliber. I was legit scared looking at some of those turns.
There were some big drops on there.
Take a look at this. Here you go.
Man.
Check this one out.
Oh, this is dual slalom?
Yeah, this is the dual slalom track.
Whose run is this?
I will tell you after we watch this. That's a good question.
He's running against Jamie.
Is there music behind this? No, there's not. We're good. I just wanted to give you guys the
who was that?
The point of view version of what it would be like to ride these dual slaloms.
I think that's one of the guys with the. Is that the guy with the dreads?
I kind of like that we don't know who it is. You can guess. Social media launch. Who is this rider?
Oh, I know who it is. You're right.
Figure it out.
Copy imitation.
This is not copy. Is this copy? Yeah, look at that shadow. What's up, copy?
Nice, bro.
One Wheel with me on YouTube.
Nice.
I'm so glad he took this. Javier, take me through this. Did you get to ride this?
This was for sure. No
So
doubt.
What are you feeling if you're this rider right now?
This is pretty. I mean, for a beginner rider, that would be kind of intense. This is pretty chill. It started getting kind of crazy right now. This slope right here in this turn is really, bro?
This is where it gets gnarly, though.
One, oh my gosh.
This is the drop.
Is there a jump?
Dude,
yeah.
Oh, that was smart, though, man. That was smart, man. Oh my gosh. And then this section right here originally was intended to be like an S-shaped path. So you were supposed to be on the light area was the original plan, but they were like, yo, it's just a mad dash for the straightaway. And in between those S-shaped curves was like
cutting to the right too fucking hard and I went too hard.
Love it.
Oh, copy imitation. I love them.
Seriously,
What
like
a cool video.
that's a great perspective of the,
That was
the whole
fun.
track.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Well, I mean, yeah. So couldn't you see that on ESPN? Sure, why not?
Of course. I mean, I had been talking about so many ideas for different one-wheel related things. And I think that once people begin to understand that one wheel is not something that you can just gas it. You can't just accelerate. If you're behind, you can't just be like, oh, I'm just going to go full throttle and catch them. No, it's a balancing act. And that's what makes it exciting. So when Dom crashed at the end and Jeff was, he was very wobbly in that section right before that. Dude, that was because someone took a risk. Someone took a risk, and it paid off for Jeff, and unfortunately, it didn't pay off as much for Dom. And but it's a balancing act. Every moment is a balancing act, and you don't know how fast you're going. The more you ride, the more you can gauge it.
Yes,
but you don't
true.
know.
Yeah.
You don't know. Oh, I'm going 24.6 miles an hour right now, so if I accelerate more and hit a 60-degree angle, I'm going to crash.
So shout out your boy. Shout him out. Who texted you?
What else? Slide dog Stro, my man, hit me up right before we started. He was like, "Hey, yo, you better give me a shout out."
Well, if he gets a shout out, then I actually would love for him to call if he can.
Means,
call
man.
me in right now, Stro.
Let me message
571-354-7338. I want to hear how Stro manages just riding that line of maybe am I about to nosedive? Am I pushing it too far? I'm riding right on the edge. How do you, as the rider, know your limit? Like how do you, because I only take it like 18 to 20 miles an hour. I do, dude. I don't go faster than that. I don't need to.
I try to keep it under 23 now. I've crashed going 25 twice. The first one I ran out 25 miles an hour.
25?
On U Street. It's just a flat street. Federico had let me borrow his board for a week. This was before I had mine, so I forgot about the push back and over accelerating, and there was a bus. I was like, I'll just go around this bus. And I swear it was like the board was just like very slow.
Slowly?
It felt so slow. And I was just like, next thing you know, I'm like tiptoeing, bouncing down one street, U Street, and I look back and Federico's board is flipping like a gymnast.
Huh.
I was so worried. I mean, that thing was bouncing and tumbling and barrel rolling like, I was like, oh my God. And then I went over to it and turned the power off, turned the power on. And it rode fine. And he's still riding it today. He's got like almost 6,000 miles on it. He's like
That's the other thing
15.
about these boards. They're tanks.
Oh, they're durable, bro.
It's true.
Like,
I don't feel that way about the EUC, by the way, the electric unicycle.
Okay.
Because shout out to our boy DMV one wheel rider,
Okay. Let's go.
Chris Jakes.
Okay. Yeah.
Bella, you were there when Jakes tried on our last group show when he tried to ride remember he was trying to ride the electric unicycle?
Oh yeah.
Just throwing it to hell. Just beating it all to hell. Just smashing it.
Well, it was
all to hell.
he was
And
trying
that's
to ride
not
it.
his fault.
Yeah.
Jakes, I love you. It's not your fault.
Used to riding the one wheel.
It's anybody who gets on the electric unicycle and tries it. You can't not drop it. Like, it's impossible. You're going to drop that thing. And for some reason, I feel like when I drop that, I'm like, eh. And when I drop, when I drop the one wheel, I'm just like, and?
Right. I was riding down the Lincoln Memorial Steps for fun the other night, and they were filming it, and it's like, I messed up, and just watch it bounce down like 3 steps. Like, oh, it's okay.
That's all right. We're going to
You're not worried about if it's not working.
You could drop that thing from space. It'll be fine.
Belly, what's going on in the social media lounge? Are they doing okay? Are they're fed with good vibes and Stoke? Do they have anything from my man Javier Starks before we move on?
Hey, my EUC got dropped at Float Life Fest, letting people try it.
He knows. This dude knows. That dude or chick knows. Absolutely. You can't learn one of those without dropping it. And when you're learning a one wheel, you might burn out the motor a little bit. Wheel slip detected.
Right. You have those notifications on still?
No, I don't even listen. Dude, I haven't turned in my app since I bought an XR.
Oh, wow.
I actually did it yesterday. That's a lie. I did it yesterday. I'm at 1,222 miles.
For this new board, yeah.
Okay.
For the new board, yeah. So I'm at like 2,500 lifetime, I think. Which is crazy because he's at 9,000 in 7 months.
I'm going to hit 10K before the year for sure.
That's
I'm going to
crazy.
I think I'm going to hit 15K before I reach my year mark, to be honest. I'll be at 10K.
When's your anniversary?
May 24th. Yeah. So
All right.
I mean, the first weekend I had my Onewheel, when I reached out to the DMV Onewheelers group, I went and saw this recently. It was like, yo, I got 150 miles on my board. It was like the first 3 days. And I was like, that was just me still testing the waters. I wasn't even at a point where I'm like, I'm going to ride as much as I can type stuff.
Well, talk about some riders that really inspire you that you've gotten to know.
I'd love to hear that. Let's put that a pin in that, because from the social media lounge, what is the social media lounge? Belly, can you clue them in? We got some new listeners today.
Nerd should know he's in the social
You're
media
in
lounge
it.
right now.
You're in it right now.
In the
Welcome to the show.
Swimming.
It's a good question. We might have some new riders today. Hello, welcome. If you want any questions, it's just we refer to the social media lounge as really any of the comments on either the Facebook page that we're going live on. We go live in the Onewheel Owners group, and we also go live on our YouTube page.
You have an apology in there right now.
TTR Studios. I don't want your apologies. I just want your ears, and I'm glad they're here. So thank you and welcome for being here.
Sorry about so someone says sorry about the EUC.
I agree. It was awful, Mr. Jakes.
I think beer was to blame.
And to Nerd, whatever his name is, welcome to the show. Yes, anybody who would like to get in touch with us and just put comments in, Belly, Clyde, and I manage that throughout the show, and we try to get your comments in if anybody has any questions for Javier. Clyde's been slack. Can we just talk about that for a second? He's been slacking lately because I asked for a top 10, and where is it? What? You guys late?
He needs that list ASAP.
Because why? You're fired. I'm done with it. I'm over it.
Clyde,
get me a new intern.
Clyde needs at least some physical hands to get this done.
I need a new intern. I need somebody who's going to get shit done. Look at Belly over here. Can you guys see Belly? He's like inundated with 5 keyboards, a phone, another cell phone. He's got microphones.
I've actually got a third hand somewhere.
Hey, Clyde, we could use you. Right. Clyde's over there with a goddamn martini. Fucking interns. So anyway, who are some of your inspirations of like some of the riders that you look up to? Because actually, before to get you there, are you a trick guy? I know you're a distance guy. Do you do tricks? Who do you watch to be inspired?
I prefer tricks, to be honest.
Who do you watch?
But I've been chilling on that because I beat my original Onewheel. This is my second XR. The first one I purchased. The second one was a gift actually from Capital Paddle Sports. I'm a team rider. We're building some really incredible things. But I remember going to Float Life Fest, and I watched some videos of different riders. But you know, I'm slow to really invest in people until I figure out who they are as a person.
Okay.
You know, because you can find someone who does something amazing, trick shots and stuff like that, but what if they're a jerk? You know what I mean? So when I went to Float Life Fest, and practically I didn't meet any jerks, but I met Bodie, I met Sly Dog, I met a few other riders, and people like Bodie. Bodie was like super like humble.
First guest on our show.
Yeah.
First ever guest.
Like he was just really humble. He's like taught me how to do bonk sex changes. I learned bonk sex changes 4 months in.
Can you?
Off a ramp. Yeah.
I want to see it.
But I landed a few, but it was because he was patient. He walked me through it. Mike and Nick over at Craft and Ride, cats who were like, yo, we love what you're doing. Send me a free One Tail Plus. People are just really supportive. The community is just really beautiful. Bob, oh my gosh.
What is charging your Onewheel outside?
Yeah,
What is that? I had to close the door.
Bob Nicholson, Stoke Shop charger. Bob Stoke Shop, man. That guy looked out when I burned out my BMS and my old board. So I'm looking for one. If you know anybody who's trying to part with one, I need one badly. Very badly. Yeah, I know. I need one badly, man. But my budget is tight. But I need one badly.
Help him out.
But yeah, man, Bob walked me through the entire process of diagnosing what was going on. And then my homie Johnny Witten, DMV one-wheel rider, let me borrow a battery for like 3 days. He let me borrow a battery. It's ridiculous for a couple days. And is that a beat?
Just putting a little beat behind you to like give you a little flow.
But yeah, my man John gave me a battery so I could keep going. My streak was like what? Maybe like 200, but I'm like, I gotta keep on going. I gotta gun it, but you can't go too fast cause you might just die. I mean, I'm trying to ride, but I don't wanna nosedive. Say, let me stop. But yeah, man, let me borrow a battery to keep my streak going. And yeah, man, it's just stuff like that just, I mean, Corey, Armadillos, man, my float plates.
Are you mad at him? What happened?
No, I love that dude. I love that guy. Corey sent me 2 sets of free stainless steel float plates. I mean, because it's amazing. Like, man, in a time and a place where, you know, we got it's a really dog eat dog world where people are like, you need something, pay full price for it. It's like, well, if I had the money to buy it full price, I wouldn't be asking you.
Do you ever feel bad or like you owe somebody? How do you receive free mods? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, we've gotten some stuff sent to us, and I really feel the need to give that person a return on their investment, I guess.
Right, for sure.
But I also want to be real, and I don't want to just go out and just like endorse something that I think is shit.
All right. I mean, trust me, I'm not endorsing anything that I think is garbage. I mean, my way of doing that is these Onewheelwing Madness giveaways. So I was like, yo, I've received so much through riding in the 7 months. You know, shout out to Eric Schmidt, who sent me the flashlight that they were using on Heckle Hill. I mean, I could go on and on. Federico Garay has given me at least 5 tires. I would not be riding if not for that guy. Like, because I didn't have the money. He's like, dude, you can have my extra. Who's here 4 or 5 times. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, man. You know, so
well, that's that positive energy. When you bust out that positive energy, like Javier does all the time.
Man.
But I don't think you're like, you know, you don't ask for it. It's not like you're out there asking for it.
No.
Unless it, well, he did just say, give me a BMS.
I'm trying. I said my budget is low. I'll buy it. I'm really big on earning things. I wouldn't be out here
I don't.
riding,
That's why I say that. I don't think you need to worry one bit, my friend, because I think what you bring to the community is plenty for any of us who are willing to.
Well, I'm bringing
donate.
something back with these giveaways. Right now, we're giving away a set of kill guards, which is like, actually, let me run that dial right now. And oh, Bodie hit me back. Just call, bro. Call into what?
Call what? Tell him to call Bodie. Do we have a number?
571.
No, we'll call him
already. 354-7338.
Yeah, he can call our.
He calls us.
Okay.
Okay,
we don't want to bust out his number.
That's true. Sorry, Bodie. 571.
Oh, he's working.
Just kidding.
No worries.
Sly's working.
All right, that's
Bodie
okay.
might call. But what were we talking about?
Free stuff and how you feel about
man, this whole giveaway thing, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're giving
Kill
away
guards.
float plates. Bro, we got plans to give away fenders.
Well, what do they have to do to win?
It depends on what we're doing. For this one, I post a picture in a video and had people guess what they thought it was. One guy was like, "Oh, I think it's Onewheel's recreating the Beatles' Abbey Road."
Oh, I saw that. Where is this competition taking place?
Oh, I posted it in every group: the DMV Onewheelers group, the Onewheel Owners group, and on Instagram. The first giveaway, which was red armadillos and Bee Buddy compliments of armadillos,
And
was
then this
only
is
on
the-
Instagram.
Is this the Instagram?
This is a different one.
Oh, that's a different one, isn't it? That's this one,
I'm
Onewheel
coming
Wing.
up with them
Gotcha.
too, yeah, but like, so basically, I posted it the first giveaway just there, and I realized like, how do I contact and reach out? I want to connect with as many riders as possible.
All right,
You know,
so
my goal is
then
to-
why don't you guys hit him up and help him do half the battle? Onewheelwing on Instagram. He gives away free stuff. He rides thousands of miles in a month. Hundreds in a day. He'll help you out. He's a very nice guy.
100 a
courteous.
day, 126 is my most, and 1,000, maybe 1,500 a month.
So from the social media lounge, a lot of people were asking this. They're asking, do you have a vamp board? Do you have your board like set up for
It's
extended-
stock.
Yes.
Stock.
I need everyone
Thank
to know
you.
that. So when you talk about, people are always like, "Oh, you're doing so and so numbers." I'm like, well, I mean, someone else rides a lot of miles, but I'm charging in between. I think if I could ride all day long without charging, I wouldn't need many breaks. Because I tell you, my feet don't get tired, my legs don't get tired.
Well, you're doing those cramp exercises while you're on the board, and that's what we're going to talk about.
I mean, that's later in the day. That's not in the first 30, 40 miles. I don't feel anything.
Well, we
you
were
know?
talking about how he has the sixth sense of knowing where to charge up. Like, you probably know every good charge spot in the
I got
DMV.
True story.
secret
No. True story. He walked in and he was like, "Hey, man, where can I charge up?" And Belly's like, "Don't you already know?" He's never been here
Charger
before,
since
but he should have a
tingling,
beacon
right?
of just where to charge.
Right? Yeah, man. And it's big, you know, like I feel like because it's easier to have a backpack and ride 60 miles. But when you have to make time for a 45-minute charge, are you still dedicated enough to put in 40 miles? Because that's a 6 hour
Are you
day
calling
right there.
out the chargers?
No, I got no beef with them. I just want people to know that what I've done in 7 months is possible for anyone who's dedicated.
Okay.
Like when I do 100 miles, that's
I'll
a
do it.
16-hour day.
You are
know what
not
I'm saying?
riding for real
Yeah.
unless you're not taking the time to charge and do it right.
It does show the true dedication.
Change
of it all,
my
man.
mind.
You sit there 45 minutes, then ride 45 minutes, then sit there 45 minutes, then ride 45 minutes 10 times, and then holler at me. and then we'll talk about dedication.
Well,
You know what
wouldn't
I
they
mean?
say that that's just a little break where I don't need breaks, bro?
I don't know. When I hit number 1, which I will, then I'm going to start diving into vamps. But I just feel it's not fair, to be honest, because if I could ride 4 hours straight, I would, and I'd be doing 60, 70 miles easily a day without a problem, and then I'd go relax for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Like, it would be like, and then it wouldn't be any fair for anyone who feels like, because I don't feel like it's a competition, because if you're on the leaderboard, I'm going to pass you.
You're so competitive, though.
Yeah, I'm going to pass you.
You're so competitive, but it's not a competition.
But when I see other riders out there riding, like Vince Vaughn was giving me a run for my money, Blue was giving me a run for my money, it inspired me. And I was like, yo, that's beautiful that he's out riding too.
Yeah.
And I'm friends with the guy, number 9 he was, now he's like number 7. But I'm like, we're talking about how to fix our rails. We're talking about what we're doing. I saw he jumped like 5 stairs. I'm like, yo, I aspire to jump 5 stairs. I jumped 4, but like seeing other people ride, seeing someone jump off a curb still inspires me. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm a really simple person. I still think the sun is awesome. I still think the wind is awesome. That stuff is
the
cool
sky
to
does
me.
it for me. I look up
It's
at the sky and
cool,
catch
man,
I just catch myself like, wow,
it's cool, bro.
all the time.
So like, yeah, man. So I don't want me riding 100 miles to be something that discourages someone, you know? Oh, I only ride 5. You know, no, 5 is still dope. Which is why the competition is not something based on miles.
I had never, I like that. I had never ridden a full XR charge until the other day. I had to get an Uber home. I did. I was like 3.5 miles from home. I don't have a handle. I have an XR. I was like, nah, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Called the Uber. And then while I was in the Uber, my phone died. How about that for timing?
All right, yeah.
I mean, I found this trail system. Shout out, and some of the guys in the DMV crew. Lance Caston has been just screaming off of
Lance is that dude.
out of his mind about Bacon Ridge, right out in Maryland, because he's like, dude, you got to come ride this trail with us. And I think I get it now because Belly, I can't wait to take you on this. It's got a few routes, so as soon as you get comfortable with that, dude, it is miles of trail systems.
You won't go. I didn't bring my wheel today.
You can't. Yeah, I'm telling you, I have gone so far 3 different times, full XR charges the last time. And I still have so much that I haven't even gotten to. I've only gotten to like one side of it. Every time I come out to something new, my one wheel heart is just beating so strong right now. I have completely came back to like the childlike glow of enjoying it. What's on in the social media lounge?
From social media lounge, we've got Bob Nicholson popping in saying, dude has feet of steel.
Yeah.
We've got 2 girls, 1 wheel.
Weekly.
2 girls, 1 wheel is, I can honestly say, riding with Javier is so much fun. His stoke is contagious.
Much love to those ladies, man. They actually blessed me with a set of bulletproof rails, courtesy of another rider.
They snowboard more than you one wheel, dude.
Yeah, they're amazing. They're good peoples, you know. Like, I'm really big in general, spending time with people, good people, genuine people, people of character, people of integrity. You know, I want to work with companies of integrity, so that's why Craft and Ride was really a great fit because they genuinely care. It's not just about the money for them. You hear a lot about their customer service being amazing. And so yeah,
The products are really great too.
Yeah,
so
man, the One Tail Plus, I put One Tail Plus on my board before I rode stock. I've never ridden a stock tail on my board, but my battery is stock.
Are you a fanboy for paying $80 for a fender or paying money like for these after? I mean, you see these posts where you're, these fanboys out here keeping the aftermarket.
It's
just,
funny
what is your reaction to that?
You asked me that because I got a segment that I'm working on called Not a Fanboy because there's stuff that I like and then there's always stuff that I don't like from all companies, you know. But I mean, I don't buy per se the aftermarket stuff for the sake of having it. I buy it because it works. So right now, I'm the only person I know with the carbon fiber fender from FM.
And I would happily pay the money for one if it's going to make me happy and do the job. I just don't understand these people that get mad at it.
Inside, I don't know. I mean, there's always, as a hip hop artist, you learn, being on a public stage, there's going to be people mad about everything.
Yeah.
He rides 100 miles a day. He thinks he's better than us. He only rides 5 miles a day. He doesn't ride. There's always going to be someone who's upset. But, man, do what you love. One wheel should be an extension of what you love. It should be a place of peace. It should be your refuge while on the move. A refuge while on the move.
Let's go out to the phone lines and see what they think. Caller, you're on the air. Who are you? Where are you from?
Hey, this is Max from the DMV One Wheel Group.
What's up, Max? Hey, buddy, what's going on? What's going on, bud?
Hey, I'm just so happy with this show. Javier, you are such an inspiration. I just had to give you a call and say thank you for all you do, man.
I'm honored,
You
bro.
are an inspiration.
I'm honored, man.
Max, I've got a little wagon situation going on here. I've got an idea. I want to get your input.
Attaboy. It's all about the wagon.
Max is known for creating a wagon that he rides. He puts things in and he rides around and tows it with his one wheel. I've been doing that. Belly, you know I do that a lot around here. Max, what about a belt that I can then like bungee to my wagon and I don't have to use my hands? I can just tow it.
I already have it. It's a little attachment you put on your belt, and it's used for tool bags in construction.
Okay.
You actually do that?
If you've thought of it, Max has already done it.
Max,
I was gonna say Max got the ideas, man. At Full Life Fest,
I'm sorry.
touch this experimental turf. Who's doing this?
The
It's so
fun
dope.
sand he created.
Yeah. Do you have any news on that? The sand that you were trying to get some pump tracks for?
Oh, yeah, we went out and we got to ride it, and it was really nice to fall in, but it was getting stuck in the wheels and in the fenders. So they're working on a new formulation for it.
Okay.
Well, keep us posted, all right, man?
Just like Onewheel, and try
we'll
again.
do. Hey, if you look at my profile picture, you'll see I'm pulling that wagon with no hands.
All right, we'll have to pull that up. Clyde, get on that.
Hey,
what am I
pull
kidding?
it up. Pull it up.
Thank you, Max.
Pull it up.
Thank you, Javier.
All right, Max,
Bye,
take it
y'all.
easy, bro. Thanks for calling in, bro.
There he goes. Max Thompson. Good dude, man. One of the first people I ever rode with.
Okay.
Yeah.
I met him for the first time at Flow Life Fest. He was chill, man. Our DMV group is solid, man. To be honest,
It is a good group. I'll tell you.
I was very, very hesitant going out on my first group ride because you never know. It's like, are these guys dickheads?
Yeah, and do
You
I
know
have
what
to
I'm
keep
saying?
up? Are they going to leave
Yeah.
me behind? There's a lot of new riders
Yeah.
that are discouraged
And
from
they're
group
chill. Our
rides
group is
because
chill.
they're worried about that.
He is.
Look at this guy.
What a savage, man.
Belly, put that on the air.
He's so dedicated.
That's our
man.
boy Max.
Yo, man.
I love that. Something that I randomly thought of this morning while towing 3 boxes down to the trash. He's already been doing it down by the beach.
Yeah, we definitely need it.
Got the boogie board?
He's chilling, man.
He's on a boogie board because he's boogieing.
He
and
is
he's
boogieing.
pulling the boogie board.
What a good pull.
Yeah.
Good job. All right, very nicely done. 571-354-7338 if you'd like to get in. Belly, can we go to the saved? Because actually, there's one in there. It's the far right. There is it's a Dallas crew, and they had like 130 riders. I want to pull that up. It's in there somewhere.
Group, right? Dallas Fort Worth?
Yeah.
The Dallas Fort Worth group.
I
rides
gotta
hard.
be honest with you, man. Like, wait a minute. They got 130 riders in a group ride.
They had like a one wheel day like
We
a
need to
couple
call
months
that out.
ago. I think they did that where they had all the boards in one picture. It's not
Sorry.
showing any. It's not showing anymore. Burping into the microphone.
Sometimes you just let
That's
it
a
loose.
fine.
That is a fine. Yeah,
For
no,
some
I
reason
guess
it's
it's
not
not there.
loading
But
up.
what else you got? Throw on some saved videos. Let's have some fun with the people. Javier, this is where we just clean out anything that made us interested and make comments on it. So I'm down with that. What is that? That's Dallas. That's it. This is the Dallas crew.
Hey. Nice. Woo.
Oh.
It happens, bro. It happens. Nice little seesaw.
They're getting pretty sendy. They've got the now, Javier. Do you have flight fins?
I'm not a fanboy of flight fins.
Not a fan of flight fins.
I don't like them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But they're cool for who they're cool for.
They just
I'm
don't work
not
for
a
you.
fan.
Okay, got it.
If you jump something, jump it just with the board. I mean, that's
Interesting.
Like I feel like it takes.
What
a lot
about that?
Of skill to
What
say
about that?
That's
That's a flat
dope.
fin
Like
jump.
the whole jumping 360, jumping 180s is boss.
That
like,
would be so much fun.
1,000% boss.
Oh, get out of
Yeah.
there.
Like the high jump contest at the Flow Life Fest with the flight fins.
The long
God, they're
jump.
killing it.
The long
That
jump.
too.
Oh, that
But
was.
and you
that was
can't do
wild.
that without flight fins. I get it. You know, it's just not my vibe. you
Okay.
know?
I know,
Yeah,
and that's
so-
fine. You ride how you ride.
Yeah.
Fangs, thoughts on Fangs?
I love fangs. They're amazing. I would still have them if I hadn't ripped them to pieces learning flat ground 360s.
Okay.
But yeah, I love fangs. 1,000%.
They don't get in your way?
No. I mean, but I have
That's what
fangs.
everybody worries about.
I had fangs before I learned to nudge, to
Okay.
climb.
Okay.
So I feel like it would just work. I want to climb into a nose drag, a fang drag. Like up a ledge into a fang drag would be cool. Don't
That would
steal
be
my
cool.
ideas. I got all kinds of ideas. I got some tricks I'm working on that no one's done. But yeah, man.
All right. Well, let's go out to the call line again. Caller, you're on the air. Who are you? Where are you from?
Luke Dog, Lance Cashton, bro.
Lance, what's up, buddy?
What it do,
Dude, I got to give a shout out to my boy and have him say something about the Cherry Blossom Festival. Are you riding too?
Of course, my dude.
Tell him, Lance, what's going on? Tell everybody what you're talking about.
Oh, the Cherry Blossom Festival. So the DMV riders, One Wheel Riders, that was accepted to be in the Cherry Blossom Festival. Daniel Berner actually
sir.
set it all up, and I think
Dan
we got like
Bernier.
45 of us coming. And I didn't hear. Javier, are you coming to the?
Yes,
are
sir.
you doing the Cherry Blossom
I'm
Festival?
definitely
my
going to
man?
be part of the Cherry Blossom Festival ride. I mean, I've been in the Cherry Blossom Festival the last 3 years for Capital Bike Share. So, I mean, I get around. I work with a bunch of different companies now. It's just One Wheel. So I'm honored to be a part of it. I think Dan actually wanted me to be the MC. So I might have like a speaker set up and be talking to the crowd while we ride around.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
That's what I'm talking about,
I'ma
my man.
text
You're gonna
Dan.
do some firecracking.
Lance always like ride down these steps just firecracker style. I'm afraid. There are things I'm still very afraid to do. Like, but other riders do it, and I'm like, yo, kudos to you. Like, I respect it. I love it. It inspires me, but I'm not doing certain things.
Dude, as easy as you are, bro, you know.
Thank
I know
you, man.
can do it, man.
I feel like I could, but like, I'm big on control. I'm big on tricks being clean. I feel like firecrackers throwing caution to the wind, man.
Lance, I'm coming to Bacon Ridge.
Buddy, I can't wait, man.
I got
You
it.
don't have to ask somebody how good that trail is. And you just look at the smiles on people's face. Ask Chris, ask Kevin, ask anybody that's ever been on there. And Javier's got to get out there and freaking dust it up a little bit. It's hilarious.
Soon I'm down.
Okay.
Rock on, guys.
Kevin in the social media lounge said it was an awesome track. So
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin Barrett?
Yep.
Hey, Kevin. All right. Thanks, Lance.
Kevin, what it do, bro?
All right, very good. Man, callers, making it happen here. We are not even going to get to half of the save videos that we wanted to. I'm totally fine with that.
It's all right. We're gonna need them next week, probably.
We could use them next week. It's been a very fun show. What is
Before
this?
we go, do you want to spin the wheel?
I would love to
See
spin the
who
wheel.
wins?
What is
I
this
think
wheel? Show these. What is this?
Can you see it? Can you see it? So we have over 30 people that have submitted comments and have been entered in the giveaway for the Kill Guards Onewheelwing giveaway this week. And I'm gonna because I want people to know that it's fair. I'm not just picking someone who I think deserves it or whatever. But yeah, so I'm gonna let Adam spin it. We see who it pops up on. They must be following, because the last giveaway I picked a few people and they weren't following me or the other sponsor, so I couldn't pick them. So you have to be following.
Do we have a winner?
Let's see what we got. What does it say? What does it say? All right, Alyssa Murphy. Okay, that's the Facebook group. One of the people who was tagged by someone else, I think, in the Facebook group or Instagram. But I'll find you. We're going to get your contact information. We're going to get Kill Guards to send you out these Kill Guards. If y'all know her, make sure you hit her up. Let
Alyssa
her know that
Murphy.
she just won. Alyssa Murphy, yo, congratulations. Those Kill Guards are bad, vicious. My homie Elijah got a set of those. Elijah, Flux Movement, my dudes, Bodie, yo, my fam. But yeah, Kill Guards are dope, man. You go to their Instagram page. They did the shotgun test, the tractor test, they did all the hammer test. They tested
Shotgun
these-
test.
I'm sorry, shotgun test? Can we get more of that?
Shotgun
Can I get some
test.
details?
Yeah, man. Yo, they shot the float plates with a shotgun. I think buckshot, and there weren't holes in it, and you're still riding. So I mean, if you can take a shotgun, you can take a few nose climbs, nose drags, scrapes, etc. And they're beautiful. Those float plates are beautiful.
I got some more reading for you guys. Cody Brandon
Hey, Cody.
says, we need a billionaire to get hooked on One Wheel. Then we can buy a giant plot of land, he can or she can, preferably somewhere with access to Google Fiber, build a massive pole barn style indoor pump track with a 2-mile perimeter. The entrance would be below a big arch that people can ride over. In the center are smaller technical pump tracks with a bar and restaurant. Javier will be the MC. It would be open to bikes and Eastgate products. See, one-wheelers are very inclusive. And he would build high-rise condos all around the track and sell them to us at cost. He would employ a large number of people to help with the facilities, and others would get remote work jobs or travel jobs, but damn it, home base would be One Wheel USA. So who is going to be our sugar daddy?
It's funny that he said that, because before I became a one-wheeler, one of my dreams, because music is not my dream, it's my purpose, but one of my dreams was to open a skate park that would be accessible. But now, in the past 7 months, I've been like, yo, I'm gonna have my own space like that one day. So, but I'm sure I'm not the only person with that idea.
You've
so
talked about
let's
that,
have a
Luch.
bunch of them.
Belly,
Yeah.
tell him.
Let's
You've
do it.
talked about
Yeah.
that. We had
I
an
need
empty
it.
grocery store next to us for like 9, 10, almost the whole time we lived out in the old Studio A.
Yeah.
And literally in old Floatville.
Wouldn't it be great to get the sand that Max was talking about?
And just
fill
be
it
around.
inside?
Yeah.
Have an indoor flow track? Like, yes, please. What else is going on in here? Look at my boy Sean Nelson and his friends David Vanderhoek and TJ Brown. I just love them. Let's get them on there. Let's do that again.
Oh.
These guys are just so good.
Ooh, with the pop over. Clean.
They're very clean.
It's very clean.
And it
That's
makes me just so
means everything
jealous.
to me is clean. Cleanliness.
Are you getting into slides at all, Javier?
Yes, sir. I can no slide. I
Okay.
learned no slides at Float Life Fest. Yeah, man. A lot of stuff I learned at Float Life Fest, but I'm just now learning to basically blunt stall and pop back. I learned that on Christmas. I landed a couple 360 body varios. Man, oh man.
That's the one. I like that
is
curve
so
pipe
boss,
a lot.
man.
I do like that curve
Yeah,
pipe a lot.
that's boss, man. Bodie got this one nose slide that he does on his page. He's like nose slide from a ledge, drop down to a
I saw
rail.
that. That was crazy.
clean.
When are we
Bodie's-
getting him back on here?
Bodie's,
Clyde, can
yeah.
you call him? I feel like he's got something else in the works. Let's do that. Belly, anything left from you, sir?
Man, it's been a great day. It's going to be a good rest of the day as well. Oh, we got a call coming in.
All right, let's go.
Boom.
We will extend it.
Is it
Oh, here we go.
Oh, God, things are happening.
Is it the dean?
Damn it. No, come on. Javier. Go sit in the corner.
You'll like this caller. You'll like him.
Are we good?
Yeah. Turn the music off.
All right, fine. Caller, who are you? Where are you from?
My name is Bodie Harrison.
Bodie! What's up, dude? All right, from Steamboat, Colorado. What's up, Mode?
What up, dog?
Well, how long did it take you to land the trick that Javier was just talking about, where you were? I can't even explain it. Can you describe it again?
Drop to no slide rail.
Oh, the Jesus flip?
No, the no slide to the no slide from the ledge to the rail.
Oh. Like the green ledge?
I don't know.
First
bro.
try.
Yeah. You know what? This is a stupid question. It's first try.
But the Jesus flip was fire too.
Jesus
Did
flip
y'all
was
see
fire.
that?
Yeah. Bodie, where can we find your stuff, man? Plug your channel.
Oh, you can find a bunch of Onewheel videos and stuff on my Instagram at Bodie Harrison, BODHI. That's my channel. Check out my YouTube and stuff.
What about
All
your
my socials and my-
videography too?
Oh yeah. Well, are you just gonna make me pitch myself?
No, all right.
You're
hold
my
on,
favorite
all right,
rider.
Time out.
Please
First of
I
all,
want to know why he called in. Okay?
yeah, why did you? Do you have something to say for the fans here? Because I have questions
No,
for you.
I got a text from Javier saying call this phone number.
Okay, I'm down with that. So you're on the air. Where have you been? We miss you. What are you up to these days?
I've just been, traveling, riding, shooting. Really what I've been up to is a lot of photography and video making. That's like my job. And just trying to make that work and build an empire on having fun and creating cool content.
How do you
That's
stay
what I'm working
motivated?
on.
How do you stay motivated?
I stay motivated. It's not hard to stay motivated because I love what I do, and that's why I'm pursuing it. So it's like, it's like smelling bacon in the morning when you get out of bed. That's just kind of how I feel every day when I wake up, just thinking about everything I want to do, using my camera, making videos, hopping on my Onewheel, riding my Onewheel, making videos of me riding my Onewheel. You know what I mean? It's not hard to motivate. But I guess, I do have down days, and when I have down days, one of my biggest ways I motivate myself personally is I go through my Instagram, my old Instagram, and I remind myself the fact that I wanted to be where I am now, and now I'm just got to take it a step further and keep moving and keep pushing. So basically what I mean is I kind of go through my past and remember where I came from.
Right.
All right. Well, we've been serving up good vibes in Stoke all day, so thank you for continuing that. Last question: is cereal soup?
Is what?
Is cereal soup?
Is cereal soup?
Yeah.
Nah.
No, right?
What kind of question is that?
People say it's a soup.
No one says
I mean,
that.
I could see how, it's basically the same thing as SpaghettiOs, but instead of tomato soup, it's milk, and instead of SpaghettiOs, it's
He's
wheat.
making an argument for soup. I don't know. I think you're about to flip on me.
Nah, it's cereal.
I can see it from both ways, but I consider cereal cereal.
I think soup needs a broth.
Are you, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Bodie,
But
Wait, no, cereal is not soup. A bowl of cereal could be soup.
okay, that's a good clarification. I do appreciate that. Hey, how do you brush your teeth? Water first on the toothbrush, water then toothpaste, or toothpaste then water?
I usually go water then toothpaste, but I travel and camp a lot, so I end up not really using water at all. I just paste that shit.
Right on the finger, just yeah, get that.
I'm not that
Bodie, anything for our guest today?
bro. I own a toothbrush. Jeez.
Belly's so mad at me
I
right
don't have
now.
water sometimes, bro.
We love you, Bodie.
Shit.
All right, man.
I love you guys too.
Be good over there, all right?
All right, much love and Stoke. Peace out, Onewheel fam.
Very good. Him and his dog joined us today. Very good.
Luna, Rio.
Yep.
There we go. Sorry, Belly. I just had fun. He's our first and only first guest. You're only going to have one first guest.
Yeah, he took the voice of Onewheel virginity.
He did. He took our V card.
Nice.
Nice. I got to thank you, Javier. This has been an energized show. It's been a lot of fun. You got to come in studio more often. Will
No
you come do
doubt,
this again?
man. No, I will for sure. Y'all stay tuned for the Onewheelwing giveaways. This week, I think we're partnering with Bob's Stoke Shop. It's not going to be a secret this time. So expect some really good goodies. Make sure you follow them already at Bob's Stoke Shop. And make sure you follow me to be a part of that. Alyssa, you're winning the Kill Guards. Congratulations.
Belly, we got to go. Take us away, my man.
It's been a great show today. So excited that we got to have Javier in studio. He could bring the stoke, one of the best riders we all know. You see that helmet, you know who it is. That's Javier Starks joining us. Have a great day, guys. Belly out.
This has been a fun show. Thank you all for joining us. Like he said, you can see us on our Patreon page. Are we popping it this week? You're damn right we are. Patreon.com/TTR Studios LLC, the podcast behind the show. Enjoy yourselves. He's about to go get about 1,000 more miles in today. We're about to go enjoy our days off. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun from all of us here at TTR Studios. It's the voice of Onewheel. See you guys.